Hello guys, Absol Guardian here, and I bet you're like, why is there a map of the United States? Why are you doing a video on an educational game? Because I'm bored. So, normally I do gaming videos, so if this doesn't keep your attention, go check those out. But right now, we gotta find the state whose capital is Lincoln. Is Nebraska.
Jackson.
I honestly don't know. What? I mean, like, something to help you remember. Just remember what I'm saying. That there's nothing to help you remember. Now, Jackson is Mississippi. So pretend there are a lot of people named Jackson.
Concord.
Jackson in Mississippi. Now, Concord is the capital of New Hampshire. See how New Hampshire and Vermont are like that? Concord wants to conquer Vermont. See, it's weird like that. Springfield, Illinois has a bunch of I's and L's. Makes it look like a spring. Columbia is, see how Ohio's like that? It's like a ship, like Columbus's ship. South Carolina is an Ohio wannabe, so that's why its capital is Columbia. Santa Fe is New Mexico. Minnesota's capital is St. Paul. And New Mexico's a Minnesota wannabe, and it's originally Spanish, so Santa is their word for saint.
Baton Rouge.
See how this Louisiana kind of looks like a bat? It's Baton Rouge. Richmond. There are a lot of rich Victorian people. I mean, that's like when you think about old Virginia. Richmond's Virginia. Denver seems all boring, vanilla-ish, like set. Colorado is one of the square or boring states. Not that Colorado is boring, but its shape is.
Dover.
Now, Dover sounds a lot like Denver, but Colorado with Denver is a nice and big state. Delaware, Dover is the smallest state, nice and small. Austin is Texas. Just remember, there are a lot of people named Austin in Texas.
Nashville.
Not really, I don't actually know. Nashville is Tennessee. So, you know how there's all the coal mines in Kentucky? The ash from the coal mines end up in Tennessee, so there's Nashville. Tallahassee is Florida. Florida's all tall and lengthy. Tallahassee. Helena, Montana. Topeka. I honestly don't know. It just sounds really cute. Oh, I know. Kansas is a bunch of untamed grasslands, so their city would be nice and cute, like Topeka. Hartford. There is a college called Harvard, which sounds a lot like Hartford. Kentucky has a lot of, colleges. So Hartford. Lansing. Michigan kind of looks like a sling, so its capital is Lansing. Boston, Massachusetts. Massachusetts was supposed to be the capital of the 13 colonies, and so it bosses everyone around. Raleigh, North Carolina. Honestly don't know.
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City? Well, it's Oklahoma, of course. Now, Jefferson City, Missouri is a Mississippi wannabe. You know, with all those I's and the M. So it makes sense its capital would be Jefferson City. Yeah. Augusta, Maine. It's up at the tops, so it gets a lot of gusts of wind. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Honestly. Oh, Pennsylvania was founded by someone named Penn. This is actually a true fact. Just pretend his partner's name is Harry. Perfect.
Pierre.
Pierre is North Dakota. So South Dakota is like the bookmark of the Midwest states because it sticks up at the top. Peary. I actually don't know. That was just a weird thing. Annapolis. So there's Indiana, which is Indianapolis. Maryland's all weird looking with all this. It's all weird looking, so it's called Annapolis when it should be Mariopolis. Cheyenne, Wyoming. They both have Y's in them. That's all I can think of. Honolulu is Hawaii with all those H's and those O's. Well, both start with H. Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona is a hot desert, and Phoenixes are hot flaming birds. They're big flaming chickens. St. Paul, Minnesota. Like I said. Now, Minnesota kind of looks like a person, like a saint. I'm not religious. That's just... I honestly don't know. Forget that. Well, it looks like a saint. Okay? So, St. Paul. Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery, Alabama was where the bus boycott was. If you can't remember that, that's actually how I remember it.
Salt Lake City.
Now, so on most maps, even like a blank map where you have to fill in the states and capitals, that lake will most likely be there.
Madison.
Salt Lake City. Madison, Wisconsin. Pretend there is a cheese called Madison. There is a lot of cheese in Wisconsin.
Des Moines.
Des Moines can also be pronounced Desmones. It's sometimes pronounced Demones, and Ohio is sometimes pronounced Iowa. So, they both have confusing pronunciations. Columbus, that kind of looks like a ship, like the one Columbus sailed on. It's Ohio. Little Rock, Arkansas, kind of looks like a little rock. Then again, you could say all the states look like a little rock. Just remember, Arkansas looks like a little rock. Atlanta, Georgia. The Atlantic Ocean. Boise. Now, Iowa looks like it's going to be all bouncy. Boise. Juneau. Alaska has a lot of odd stuff. Juneau has an odd spelling. Bismarck. So North Dakota's kind of like up at the top, like how a bookmark sticks out of your book. Salem. Oregon's on the coast, where you sail, No, that's all I can think of.
Montpelier.
It's an odd pun. Montpelier. Like I said, pretend New Hampshire and Vermont are fighting. Conquer. Montpelier, pillage. Raid, New Hampshire.
Trenton,
New Jersey. Don't know. I honestly don't know. Sorry how I can't think of hints for some. You just have to remember it. Providence. Rhode Island is all small. It could be a Providence, which is like a smaller state.
Albany,
New York. I don't know. Sorry, Charleston, West Virginia. Pretend there are a lot of people named Charles in West Virginia. Indianapolis. Indiana. What else could it be?
Sacramento.
People traveled to California in the gold rush and put their gold in a sack. Carson City, Nevada. Nevada's most famous city is Carson City. Famous cities is Carson City and Las Vegas. Las Vegas is definitely not going to have anything political, so it's Carson City.
Olympia.
There are a lot of hills in Washington. And my phone is ringing. I'm just going to ignore that. There are a lot of hills in Washington. And I wish my phone would stop ringing. Again. I didn't mean ring again. Alright. So. Alright. I'm just gonna get that. Alright, got that. So, Washington has a lot of hills. Back in Greece, there's a city called Olympia that has Mount Olympus on it. Frankfort, Kentucky. There are a lot of horse races in Kentucky. Pretend there is a horse named Frankfort. That would actually be a nice name for a horse. So, that is all of the correct states played on Shepard software level 2. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. Comment if you actually want to see more of these kind of educational videos. Well, actually, I think a like would be sufficient. And if you actually want to see gaming videos, subscribe instead of liking, because that's what I normally do. The Absol is out.